Hi, so tonight I'm going to be reviewing Tennents lager. I managed to get this on a short date. It was £20 for the 6 litre keg, and the short date was March. I bought this in March, but it's now April, so it's just past its best, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. It's only a few weeks. I had some issues on the last video with my machine and the beer being a bit warm, so this has been in the fridge all day at 4 degrees. Have turned the machine on, and there were nothing coming through. I've turned it on again and I've got a little red dash up here, so we'll see what happens when I put this keg in the machine. I don't think I'm going to use this line. The line I used last time on the Camden Pale, I think it must have had a crack in because we were getting a lot of carbonation. When I changed it to a new line, I didn't have any spares, so I've had to steal one off a keg, so I'm a line down now. It seemed a lot smoother. So if it is over carbonating your beers, maybe you just need to put a new line on it, and maybe an hour or two more in the fridge so it's at right temperature, and it should sort itself out. So we'll crack on with this review. I've got a handle to put on this, which is over there. I'll just grab that and then we'll start. So, as always with these videos, what I was going to say is this has come with a snack, and I was going to try the snack as well whilst we're doing this. So, Beer Hawk have just changed to Perfect Draft, and I presume they're sending out anything that were branded Beer Hawk to try and get rid of it. They must have found a load of these in the warehouse. So they are smooth and crunchy milk chocolate pretzels with branded Beer Hawk up here. And I do know what they look like Maltesers, and I know that because I got 3 kegs delivered the other day and the bag had popped. So you can see there's quite a bit of air in there. It had smashed against the 3 kegs when Yodel had delivered it, and it had gone everywhere. So you can see still some residue and powdery bits on this keg. That's the pretzel. I've cleaned it as best as possible. It's not going to contaminate anything. We'll just carry on with this beer review. So, black plastic, tear that off. This line, as I've said, I'm going to keep as a spare. I'm going to use the line which is already in this tap from last time. That's from Camden Pale. And I stole one of these lines off a different keg, so I'm one down, so that's why I'm not using it this time. Just going to wipe them bits off. Like I said, it's not going to affect anything because it's going in there. As usual, you would normally change this line. Look at my other videos if you need to just figure out how to do that. This just slots in here and pushes down hard. And then that is connected. I always push it on a little bit more than I should do, go a bit OTT on this just because I wanted it to be connected. You open both these doors, lift this up, and then just pop that in, and there's a piece here, and that will line up with the back. Straight in, down. Now the fans have kicked in, and this display is turned back on, so maybe, I'm learning as I'm going along, maybe it's fine. Maybe the little dash up there was just indicating that it needed a keg in it. So it's gone straight up to full bars, which is a nice sign to see, as it didn't do that last time. It were playing around going 1, 2, 3, 4. It went in at 15 degrees, it said. It's come out the fridge at 4 degrees. It's dropped to 14, 13. It's come straight on with 30 days. So if you need to lower it or you need to increase the days, there's a plus and a negative here to do that. It's dropping quite fast, so it's at 12 degrees. I've got a clean washed glass here, so I'll be doing my review with that. And as soon as I've got a bit of wetness in my mouth, we'll try these out as well. What do these say? Ancient grains, oven baked, 144 calories a bag. I mean, it does feel like quite a light bag, 31 grams in this bag. And they're made by indie-based snacks in London. Well, it says indie-based snacks there as well. It says it on the front as well. Just have to read a little bit. Right, I will let that cool down. I'll make sure it's at 3 degrees when I come back so we can give it a fair review. And then we can talk about the beer. So as I said, money-wise, £20 for the keg. Get £5 back when you get the keg. You get a couple of reward points for buying it at £20. So it works out about £14-ish for 10.5 pints. So you're talking just over £1 a pint, which you can't go wrong for, can you? I had to try it out at £1 a pint. But yeah, I'll be back in probably half an hour when this is done, and we'll go again. Okay, so I am back. It is now at 7 degrees. It was on 14 degrees. It dropped to 8 degrees in about 10 minutes. It's stuck on 8 degrees for an hour and 20 minutes or something. It's been about 3 hours since I started this review. So obviously I'm quite eager to get a beer, so I'm going to pull a beer through. I've just filmed this a little bit, so if this does drop, I have just tried this, but my battery ran out and it didn't capture the video. So we'll go again. I'll pull a beer through. I'll talk about what I've just said when it didn't record, and I'll talk about these snacks. So, one thing I was saying is, it should be at 3 degrees. I expect a bigger head when it's warmer. As soon as it gets to 3 degrees, it might only have a 2-finger head or a 1-finger head. So tomorrow is Grand National, and this will be perfect then. It'll be at 3 degrees. People who are here can have a drink, happy as Larry. Price, I spoke about earlier in the video. This keg was £20 in short day because it was last month's. From the taste I've had before, it's fine to drink. We're now in April, it's got a March date on it. £20 was the price it was, but I had a 20% discount from Triannuary and I applied it to this, which made it £16 for the keg. You get a couple of reward points and you get £5 back for the keg, which makes it £11, maybe just under £11, £10.50-ish, for 10.5 pints, which is £1 a pint. So when I give this a rating, it'll be against how much it cost, rather than comparing it to say something like the Leffy Blonde or something with high value, which is £40 a keg. This is only £20 a keg. So there's some sort of balance in there that needs to be taken into consideration. And I was also just saying, on price wise, I'm not sure what you can buy in a supermarket, which is £1 a pint. So you could buy 3 30ml cans, but you'd have to buy something at probably about 60p in liquid volume to get it up to £1 a pint. And I'm not sure you can buy many, or if at all, any 330ml cans for 60-ish p. We'll pull a little bit more of this through. And whilst that head goes down, we'll talk about these. So they're made by indie-based snacks. They're for Beer Hawk, and they're pretzel bites. So they're about 15mm in diameter. They remind me of a Rebel in shape, sort of thing, or a Malteser. If you're from the UK and you know what Maltesers are, they're chocolate coated, exactly the same as a Malteser, but instead of having that honeycomb inside, they have pretzel inside. And instead of them tasting like honeycomb or chocolate coated honeycomb, it does just taste like a dry pretzel, which makes it very moreish with a chocolate cover in it, and then the dryness that pretzel brings to your mouth, it makes you want to drink something wet. Sure. I'll try biting in half. So, this is what they look like inside. It's like a solid pretzel inner, and then they're coated in chocolate. And they're pretty good. Especially for free. You definitely need a drink with them because they make your mouth dry. They say they're oven baked, they're sustainable, they're baked with spelt and wheat pretzel coated bites. Now, funny enough, the wheat, and I've had a few of these now, but on the first one I had, you could really taste the wheat in it. Which I guess is good because it pairs back to this beer, which obviously has wheat in it. And it has a slight floral or skunky or both smell, but only a weak one. So if you open the bottle and you get that intense skunky smell, it's not like that. It's like a watered down version, which is what I was tasting in this beer. So we've got two finger whitehead. It's actually not 2 finger, it's probably 1.5 finger. There's nice lacing on here, nice head retention. And it's good to get that liquid to moisten your mouth up, I guess, because they are very dry. Now it tastes like, I'd compare it to Bud Light. It's like a weak, watered down lager, which I'm not a fan of, but at the price point, I think it's to be expected. Now I've got a Budweiser, which is exactly the same price as this. So this is at 4% and Budweiser's at 5%. Now, I've not had a Scottish beer before other than Brewdog, but I have had Budweiser hundreds of times and I know what I'd rather have. It's not this. It's a amber colour, it's slow moving carbonation. There is slight carbonation, but as I find with a lot of these beers, they are really almost lazy in carbonating. You've got a head retention there, you've got bubbles that are following the head, and that's pretty much the only sign you have of carbonation. Other than that, it does look fairly flat. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain for £1 a pint, and it will definitely be gone tomorrow, and I'll share it out, and I'm fine with that. But if it was something a bit more like, what did I have on here the other day? I had a Hapkin on the Krups. I don't know if I'd want to share that, because it's a nice 8%, strong Belgian ale that feels special. Now this is the opposite. It's not a special beer. You could probably find it in a supermarket, especially in Scotland. It's weak, it's watered down almost, and the aroma I did say it was like was if you've gone into a brewery and they've just finished brewing and they're cleaning out everything. They've got the cleaning fluid there, they've got the hose pipes, they're squirting everything down, it's all over the floor, and that smell of freshly brewed beer and a bit of cleaning fluid and water everywhere is what it smelled like to me, almost a little bit clinical-ish. But yeah, anyway, I would rate this beer 7 out of 10 based on its price. If it was at full price, it would be closer to a 4 out of 10. and I probably won't be buying this again unless it is on short date at £1 a pint, which then I find it acceptable to buy. If you like the beer review, put a like on it. If you want to share it, if anything. It's actually gone up to 8 degrees, which is interesting, but thank you for watching, and cheers, have a good night.